Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage nestled in a quiet village, lived a boy named Jack and his mother. They were very poor, and their only friend and possession was an old cow that, sadly, no longer gave any milk. One day, with a heavy heart, Jack's mother made a difficult decision. "Jack," she said, her voice gentle but firm, "we must sell our dear cow. Please take her to the market and try to get a good price for her." So Jack set off, leading the cow along the dusty road to the market. Along the way, he met a peculiar old man with a twinkle in his eye. "Young man," the old man said, "I'll trade you for that cow." He opened his hand, revealing a few small beans. "I'll give you these beans." Jack was puzzled. Why would I trade my cow for a handful of beans? The man leaned in closer. "Ah, but these are no ordinary beans. They are magic beans. If you plant them tonight, by morning, they will have grown right up into the sky." Jack was skeptical. "How can that be? Why should I believe you?" The old man smiled a knowing smile. "If what I say isn't true, I will bring your cow back to you tomorrow morning." Jack thought about it. It sounded too good to be true, but what did he have to lose? He agreed to the trade, swapping his old cow for the mysterious beans. When Jack arrived home, his mother rushed to the door. "Jack, how much did you get for the cow?" Jack proudly held out his hand. "I traded her for these magic beans." His mother's face fell. "What?" she cried, her voice filled with anger and despair. "You gave away our only cow for a few worthless beans. How could you be so foolish?" In her fury, she snatched the beans and threw them out the window into the garden. That night, a heartbroken Jack was sent to bed without any supper. The next morning, as sunlight streamed through his window, Jack saw something that made him gasp. A colossal beanstalk, thick and green, had shot up from the garden, its leaves disappearing high into the clouds. "It's true, the old man was right," Jack exclaimed, his excitement bubbling over. "I have to see where it leads." Without a second thought, Jack began to climb. He climbed and climbed, the world below him growing smaller and smaller. The journey was long and tiring, but by the end of the day, he finally pulled himself over the top. There, floating among the soft white clouds, was a magnificent castle. Jack was exhausted and famished, having not eaten since the day before. He walked to the enormous castle door and knocked. "Hello, is anyone there? Could I please have something to eat?" he called out. The great door creaked open all by itself. Though a little scared, Jack's hunger pushed him forward. He stepped inside a grand, glittering hall. Everything was huge. In a massive kitchen, he found a slice of bread and a small jug of milk. Just as he was about to take a bite, the whole castle began to shake. Thump, thump. Heavy footsteps echoed through the halls. Terrified, Jack dove under a gigantic table to hide. A fearsome giant stomped into the room, carrying a heavy bag that clinked with gold. This was the home of an evil giant. The giant sniffed the air, his nose twitching. "Fee, fee, foe, fum," I smell the blood of an Englishman," he roared. He stomped around, searching, but he couldn't find tiny Jack hidden beneath the table. "Humph," the giant grumbled. "Must be the smell of last night's turkey." He yawned, put the bag of gold on the table, and lumbered off to take a nap. As soon as the giant was gone, Jack scrambled out from his hiding spot and climbed onto the massive table. Wow, a whole bag of gold. He whispered to himself, "This will solve all our problems." He grabbed the heavy bag, tiptoed out of the castle, and carefully carried it back to the beanstalk. With all his might, he struggled down the stalk and presented the treasure to his mother, telling her all about his incredible adventure. A few days passed, and the lure of the castle in the clouds was too strong for Jack to resist. He climbed the beanstalk once more. This time, as he explored the castle, he heard those familiar booming footsteps. He quickly hid inside a cupboard just as the giant entered, this time carrying a hen. The giant set the hen down and commanded, "Lay, little hen, lay me a golden egg." Abracadabra! To Jack's amazement, the hen clucked and laid a perfect, shiny golden egg. The giant picked it up and left the room. The moment he was gone, Jack crept out, snatched the magical hen, and made a run for it. He scurried down the beanstalk and burst into his cottage. "Look, Mother," he shouted. "This hen lays golden eggs." He repeated the giant's magic words. "Lay, little hen, lay me a golden egg. Abracadabra." And just like that, the hen laid another golden egg right in front of her. But his mother looked worried. "Jack," she warned, "stealing is wrong. We should live honestly and work for what we have." But Jack's success had made him greedy. He couldn't stop thinking about the giant's other treasures. Soon he climbed the beanstalk a third time. On this visit, he spotted the giant with a beautiful golden harp. "Play for me, harp." Abracadabra! The giant ordered. Instantly, the harp began to play a melody so enchanting and soothing that the giant quickly fell into a deep sleep. Seeing his chance, Jack crept out as the giant snored in his room. He climbed onto the table to grab the harp. But the moment his fingers touched the golden strings, the harp cried out, "Master, master, someone is stealing me." The giant awoke with a roar and stormed out of his room. Jack froze, caught red-handed. "Aha!" the giant bellowed. "So it was you who took my gold and my hen, and now you've come back for my harp." Jack, terrified but quick-witted, slipped between the giant's massive legs and sprinted for his life. The furious giant gave chase. Jack scrambled down the beanstalk as fast as he could, clutching the harp with the giant right behind him, making the whole stalk sway violently. As soon as Jack's feet touched the ground, he yelled for his mother to bring him an axe. He grabbed it and began to chop at the base of the beanstalk with all his strength. The mighty stalk shivered, cracked, and with a tremendous crash, it came tumbling down. The giant, who was still climbing down, lost his grip and fell from the sky, meeting his end. From that day forward, Jack never climbed the beanstalk again. He had learned a powerful lesson. He realized that greed and theft only lead to trouble, and that a truly good life is one built on honesty and hard work. Thank you so much for joining us on this classic adventure. We hope you enjoyed the story of Jack and his magical journey. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories. We'll see you next time.